right.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is make you over and give you some tips and tricks on how you can achieve beautiful, flawless looks using the fewest steps.
Exactly, yes.
Do, right, Eve?
Few steps, fast and easy. I'll put my
That's
glasses
right.
on because I'm blind. You could be a blind makeup artist in this industry with shaky hands, right? And still
We're all blind
work.
and shaky handed.
Totally. Look how cute you are. I'm going to move this table forward a little bit just so I could have, ooh. I forget how strong I am. Us Russian, Georgian girls were like bulls. Unfortunately, we're built like that too, but whatever.
Like a bull, is that what you're saying?
Bull, yes. Just what you want to be when you're a girl. All right, here we go. So, Rosa, how's that again?
Rocio.
Rocio. See, now I wanted to say Rosario, but that's not it. Rocio. All right, so Rocio, do you have any particular issues you want to kind of work on?
One eye is bigger than the other.
Okay, I
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
We all have, you know.
I see that.
Yeah, okay. But only if you
That's
point it
very
out.
typical,
But
too.
yeah, totally.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, so do you guys want to see like the regular Eve Pearl eye or like a smoky eye?
We want something dramatic.
Okay, smoky.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do a little smoky eye. All right, I'm going to start with a little priming moisturizer. Okay, by the way, just going to give you great little tips for doing makeup for pros. You know, there's regular size sponges and the little mini ones. The little mini ones are great to use when you're doing things like cleaning up and putting like moisturizer on, so you don't waste the more expensive ones. They're the bigger ones. So
We apply moisturizer prior to makeup because why?
because you want to make sure you prime and you moisturize the skin, and also this helps the pores look a little smaller, and it also at the same time it helps clean off any residue that you might have.
Oh, okay.
So it does a little bit
picks
of
up all
everything.
that.
Yes, and if you have any hair on your brows that need a little bit of tweezing, like any excess that comes out, it's a great little softener. So just a cute little trick before you start into makeup, have a little trifold razor, and you can just pull someone's eyebrow taut, and it's a quick, easy cleanup. And this is a great little cleanup tool for guys. Any pain there?
No.
Yeah, and all the little hair.
Does it feel good? She does.
Yeah,
It's like being
it
in
just-
salon. I love that part.
And it's great because it gets out all the little baby hairs that you can't
little
even
stray
see.
ones.
Yep,
It's-
with a tweezer. And all the little hairs come on, you just put them, see, open your eyes to see. You see them all back here?
Yeah.
And then you go back over it, and you get all the excess with this, all the little baby
yeah.
hairs. And this way you don't have...
Clean. It's not bumpy either, like when you tweeze,
Right,
you get
exactly. No bumps, no reds, and no pulling. And
I don't tweeze or do anything to my brows.
You don't, really?
no way, they're just
And
perfect.
now it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
really quick.
Totally. Okay, so we're going to start out. The first thing, the hardest thing to do is to match someone's foundation coloring, right? So let's first match to see what foundation coloring you be, and I feel you are going to be our tan. This is our little pro palette. So here's our fair, light, medium, and tan. This is our dark, and this is our deep. So this is the tan. And the reason, how do you find what someone's foundation coloring is? This is side 1, side 2 of the tan, and I will show you guys how to figure out the right coloring. And I'm going to take also the tan salmon concealer. That's it. Now,
No, Eve. For those of you guys who doesn't know, Eve is the innovator of high definition makeup. And Eve, can you tell us a little bit of what high definition makeup really means?
sure thing. Well, you know, we all hear HD. So high definition means it's like 6 times closer than what your regular eye would see, which basically it's like, hey, like this. And that's what HD is. Now you have to realize most TV studios use filters, but everything is filmed in HD, and we, using our regular Canon cameras, for instance, so all the HD cameras that are available out there for weddings and whatnot, they're all HD and they don't have filters. So you want it to be as flawless as possible, and that means you want to always see skin. How do I know this is the right foundation coloring for Rosio is, I will show you now. Every brush has like the name of the company. This one happens to the Eve Pearl, and then the other side. We'll use the name of the company side for the lighter, the side 1, and the other side of the brush for the side 2, so one brush for both colors. Just to figure out if it's the right shade, I'm going to put the lighter color down here. You see it's lighter than her neck, so it's good. It's going to help contour. And then this is the side 2. So between these two colors, if I know that I'm going to find the right matching with my little, I'm going to take this out, a little tissue, it helps dry. Taking your little damp sponge, and when you're blending it down, if this and this match, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that little chalkiness. Then you know you have the right shade of foundation. And you always want to see skin, but we're going to make her skin look flawless. And here we go. We take the brush. We're going to go on the lighter color, the side A, and we're going to do the eyes. And this is also becomes as your primer. Okay, that's the side.
Okay. So that's one product less than your kit.
Exactly. Because we travel too much all over the place. This is the side 2, and when you're doing it on yourself, you can do your whole forehead. When you're doing it on someone else, just do above the brows, because you need this area for your fingers to manipulate and maneuver their faces. We're going to take our little sponge. We're going to blend this down. And you see how you could just totally
It just disappears.
Disappears on her skin. Exactly. And we're going to put that here because when you have a little bit of the foundation, it acts as your primer, and it will prevent your makeup from moving or creasing or any of that. But you see, it will be flawless. This is our HD Dual Pressed Powder. You take a dry sponge, take the lighter color, and just put that lighter color right here on the lid, right here. And you could also put it above the brow. Okay? And you want to do that immediately after putting the cream because it sets the cream and prevents it from moving. Now we're going to choose hot colors for Rosio. Ooh.
Rosie would be ready to party today.
Okay, open your eyes. Would you like to be the diva? Would you like to try our diamond? Would you like to try the blues? I think I like the diva. I don't know. This is the diamond. Here's the blues, which is the sapphire. Here's the diva. Which one do you guys want to see?
We'll divify her, huh?
Divify. Let's do it. Diva it is. Okay, so we're going to start out with my hands because I'm not supposed to be drinking coffee, but I do anyway.
We all
Blind makeup artist, shaky hands, drink. Yeah, really.
We live off of coffee. Yes.
Because no sleep. This will help me be able to rest my hand on her and let it be shaky.
That's probably one of the best things I've ever gotten all these years is using that little puff.
The little finger puff. Okay, this is our little black liquid liner. Okay, so close. And we're going to start. Now, being that I'm making her eyes smoky, I don't need to do a fine line, but I'm just going to show you how to create a fine line. When you're doing someone's liner, you want to start right here, hold your liner parallel, not like a pen this way, but like this, to make sure that you get the best control of your liner.
Okay.
But when you're doing a smoky eye, you can really do it as messy as you want because we're going to be going over it. Like you could even do this. So it's a good time for you to practice on how to do the liner. Even if you do totally crazy, it's okay. Because we're going to go over it again, but I just wanted to show you how the best way to apply a little liner is. Now, smoky eye. This is a little brush. It's called a crease brush. Most people think smoky eye has to be gray and boring, gray or black. No, you want to use colors. I'm going to take the darkest color first, let's say, and put it right here. And the reason we do the eye makeup first is because whatever falls, we're going to clean up, again, with our priming moisturizer. So I want to just show you 2 great tricks. One, you can do this dry and go over. We can go and use the blues and the greens and all these lovely colors. You can also use every single product and most eyeshadows wet. So don't be afraid to make something wet. Hi, we can use the guide too.
I know, right?
Don't be afraid to make your eyeshadows wet. So I'm taking the same brush and I'm putting it in the same colors and using it wet. I'm
So
just
it's the brush that you're wetting, not the product.
It's exactly. If you should forget that and wet the product, don't worry because it won't ruin the product. But it's a great way to do if you need to do really fast application. If you make the brush wet, it really gives you such a quick application and you can have a precise application. So you can actually create a little shape. Now one of the reasons that I'm also doing Rosio's eye in the smoky is because it's a great way to mask someone's uneven eyes. If someone has like one eye larger than the other, the great way to do is open your eyes for a second, have them open their eyes. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this stop at just the place we want it to.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to add the blues and the greens on top. So I'm basically just drawing out just a semi-little outline of the dark.
Okay.
Okay, so, and you do that when someone's eye is open, because when someone closes their eye, and if you just draw it then, when they open it, it might be totally different. You want to do it when their eye is open, and you can even it out that way. Okay, great. You can close it now. So now I can take the same colors, and I'm going to make them a little wet more. We don't put any brushes or tools on the side, because what do we usually do? We take that and throw that out.
Right.
just a waste of space. Usually we either fill it, like for these blushes, we ended up filling them with another blush color instead of having a brush that everyone's going to throw out and they have empty space. Or we leave a little empty space and we use it for the water or for the mix and seal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the water, a little blue and a little green, and I'm going to go over this little blue and green, and then take it up a little higher, and more of the green. And what that does, adding those other colors, is it just makes the smoky eye not so dull.
It makes it a little iridescent.
Yes.
Looking.
So every time you blink, someone's going to want to look at you, and it makes it iridescent without adding the glitter, because in HD, shimmers are good, glitters not so much. You want to really try to avoid glitters, because when it falls on the face, it's just hard to get rid of it. And good luck cleaning that up when the director is seeing a weird little shiny spot. So we did that first. The next thing we do is we take a little mixer blender brush, and we're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna go into number 2 and number 3 colors, right on the edge, right here on the edge, and take it up high.
So that adds the warmth.
It adds the warmth, exactly, and you can take it up as high as you want. You can also go over the dark if you want. And it just gives you a little something more than a dull, again, and it blends a few colors together. So let's see, open your eyes for a sec. So it just gives you something a little different.
Yeah.
And you can also put a little bit more all over, a little bit here. By this time, your first brush that you used would have dried a little bit, so you take it up again. And you can test it always out. This is the liquid liner. It will not come off, even washing. So you want to get rid of all the excess product and sort of go back here on the edge part and sort of blend the edge so there is no any harsh edge, but you're still making it a little bit more defined. It's just you want to have a subtle ending. You don't want to have it like, okay, here's my harsh line and here's this harsh part.
So you want these colors to transition as opposed to stop and then color stop. Okay,
A
right.
great word, transitioning is a great
Transition.
word. I'm going to go back to the liquid liner. It's a terrific word. And I'm going to now make the dark be a little darker, so I want to accentuate that liner and that line. So I'm going to make this go out a little bit more, and it just gives you a bit more dimension.
Yeah.
So here and here.
That's going to make that liner last longer because it's layered also. It's built to layer.
Exactly. And if you can't make this even, don't worry. You can go over it and just smoke that out too. And smoking it out means just go over it and make it a little mushy. So it just gives you a little more oomph. Okay? Now we're going to put some lashes.
Ooh, lashes.
So let's see. Which lashes would you like? 105? 106?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
I got 107. Okay.
I want this one.
Here we go. We're taking the number 106 lashes. So applying fake lashes is terrific, and here's the trick. You take the tweezer, and you always grab it from the outside part of the lash, and you want to measure the lashes always. So let's see. We measure, because usually you have to cut a little bit at least.
Now, when you measure your lashes, where should it start and where should it end before you cut it?
On some people, if you're doing it more natural look, it could start, doesn't have to be the inner corner, because sometimes when people open and close their eye, it might irritate them. So you could do a little bit further back, but if you're doing lashes that are more full like this, because they're more stylized, you want to try to get as close in there as possible, because there is no natural transition. All of a sudden you've got like, hello, big lash, bye. I'm going to just cut a little bit off the outside, so always try to, different artists have different methods. I like to cut from the outside because to me, that's the longest part of the lash. And even though this is pretty big, it's still shorter than the part at the very end.
And you want the inner to be shorter anyway,
Exactly.
because it's naturally like that.
Right. Even though these are clearly not natural lashes, you still want the illusion, of the natural. Exactly. Everything we do is all about the illusion.
That's right.
Black lash glue. Always try to put your hand in lash glue and you want it to come out. Always try to protect your client. I like to take it out on the actual tube because I like to control it. Like many people put it in the back of their hands or they put it down somewhere. I like to keep it on here And when this is wet, it's gray, and when it dries, it actually dries matte black. And I just prefer using that than this way. I have a choice whether I want to go over it again with the liner or not. So you kind of go back and forth just enough for it to sort of be a little tacky. And I mean like tacky not via that one friend we all have, but tacky of the way that it...
I got worried there for a second.
No, they know who they are. They're not here. But listen, we all need one good tacky friend who keeps us laughing.
That's right.
They're usually the ones that have all the good stories. So we're going to take the lashes. I'm holding the inner part with the tweezer, the outer part with my fingers, and I'm going to place them as close to that lash line as possible. And then as soon as you...
Not on the lash line, but close to the lash.
As close to the lash line, not on the lashes. Right. Open your eyes for a second. Now, here's the trick, okay? So while your eye is semi-open, because this one has a hard bottom, you kind of want to twist it a little bit, or even have the person, like the way she has her eyes like semi-open now, kind of place it. Because I don't want it to be pointing down. I sort of want it to be a little bit pointing up. So close for a sec. So as soon as it's down, it's a little challenging with ones that have a harder bottom, but you kind of want to not exactly glue it like that.
Oh, that's pretty. It's very editorial.
And it's a challenge because you've all felt the ones that are a little harder. You want to really get it to be so it's not aiming down. So open your eyes for a second so that when their eyes are open, that it kind of has a little bit of going up. Not that much up, but even if you have to dry it doing that every once in a while. Because what it's doing is it's pulling some of the lid, so it's going to stay up more. So when we're going to attach your lashes, you're going to have this beautiful little lash going up. So we're going to take a little bit from here and cut the same thing from both sides. From the outside, I'm going to cut just like a little end. And always, after you cut it, just make sure you measure just to make sure that it's not totally out of whack. That's good. I could cut a tiny bit more. Especially if you know if the one eye is a little different than the other. And lashes is another great way to I don't want to say mask that, but to sort of have the eye look somewhere else. That's what they call us magicians. It's like I can't make, like lines go away. I can't make my acne scarring go away, but I can have you focus on something else. I can have you maybe focus on my eyes or another area of our face. Like when ladies say, how do I make this go away? I'm like, you can't make that go away. It's going to be there. But I can put something on it, or I can put something somewhere else to take the focus away from there. So as we stick it. And you just want to make sure that you get it as close to the lash line without grabbing the lashes, because that's not going to feel nice. And just try flipping. Some lashes are way harder than others. And boom. Okay, open. And if you see that it's too far away from the lash line, pull it. You're better off pulling a lash off. Like let's say you're doing something and you're like, oh, it's not going exactly the way I want it. Pull it off. Take the excess glue off. Sometimes you have to reline the liner to make sure that, you don't have a little empty space.
There's no bare skin in there.
Yes. Yeah. Now, half of what we do is troubleshooting. And people that say, oh, this never happens, this is going to happen to you. Half of what you have to do is not be scared. Because a lot of makeup artists are like, no, I'm just going to keep it on because I'm scared to take it off. They'll think I made a mistake. Take it off and continue working. I'm sure the person is going to appreciate having their lashes look better than not. Close. Or having it pull somewhere. Or having it be not close to the lash line.
Or having it fall off. Period.
Yes. None of the above are good.
Yeah.
Open?
Because that's usually a problem too. It's like, that's one thing we worry about as makeup artists. It's like, oh my God, is that lash going to last 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours? So it's always kind of like a constant question in our head.
Yep.
If the lash is going to stay.
Especially if somebody has like a teary eye. Open.
Yeah.
And usually if it's going to stick together here. Just separate it. Once again, don't be scared. Open. And as soon as the glue dries, it will stop sticking. And the person will get nervous. They're like, oh my God, my eye's sticking together. But don't pretend it's not happening, because it is happening. Okay, good. So now it's drying. It's dried. Boom. boom, boom. And you might have to go back one last time to put the liner close, just so it's a smoother transition. So when she closes her eyes, you don't see like the stickiness. And some lashes, they have like white. Sorry.
So sticking, yeah.
She's like, I can't see.
And that's actually a trick.
Is it bothering your eye, that one?
No.
Okay.
One of the tricks that I learned from EnKore is like every time you use false eyelashes that has one of these clear bands, you know how like you attach it and it shines and stuff? Eve has this amazing tip that she shared with me like 3 years ago on how to deal with that, and I've been using that technique since. And may I show her?
Yes, please.
So what she does, like, she uses this her longwear liquid pen liner, and what you do is you paint over the band first before you take it off the packaging. And that is like the coolest technique that I've learned. Because
it does work.
Today. And let's see in here. So basically what you do is you have your liquid lining pen, and you basically just go over the band, and you paint over the band, just like that, before you take it out of the packaging. That way, the band is like black instead of shiny. And then that sets and dry, you just take it out and you apply it on, and you won't see that shiny band in there. So that was sort of like a real cool trick I learned from Eve.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
So you do the eyebrow. Once you put the eyelashes on, you paint in the eyebrows, and then you're going to go back in and put the mascara, and you're going to weave it in the real lashes with the fake lashes, and it makes them all one big lash, one happy lash family. This way you never have to curl your lashes.
So now you weave it because you want to weave the natural lashes with the fake lashes.
Yes.
Okay.
Are they still sticking this one? No. Yes, because I don't want to have like 2 layers of lashes. So if someone's looking at you from the side, I don't want them to see like one set of lashes going in one direction and another set of lashes going in another direction. Yeah, there should be like just one row of lashes. So just stand from the side to make sure that that doesn't happen. And if it is happening, put some more mascara on. Yeah.
For a lot of like beginning makeup artists, I think this is the most nerve-wracking, is putting mascara in someone else or curling someone else's lashes, because I think we're like so close to the eye that, you know, it's like
scary.
Right, it's thought of like brushing their eyeballs out or something, right? So any tips?
Yes, by putting, yes, so as not to like freehand try to figure out where to go, have them look down. Say gently, say, could you look down but keep your eyes open? So as they're looking down, put your finger here and gently lift it up. And as you're weaving, even if they blink, you don't do anything, and all the mascara excess goes on your finger, so you never get it on their makeup. And that would be a great tip, because it saves lots of big messes. And the reason I do the eye makeup first is because whatever falls down, we now get to clean up and remove from under the face. Boom, right here and here and here. And then we're going to focus on making her skin look flawless. Okay, so we did that and that. Here we go. Back to the foundation. Here's the foundation, our foundation brush. We're going to go now, this is called reverse contouring. We're going to use the side 2 of the brush, and we're going to take the side 2 of the foundation. We've all been taught to put light around the T-zone. But what happens when you put light around redness? It turns chalky on lighter skin people, and on darker skin people, it turns gray and ashy. So we're going to do the opposite. Because think about it, why would you want to put a light color here and then go over it with blush that's darker? So this gets rid of all the redness, and it's going to blend in, and it's going to make sure that if you have dark spots, it's going to get rid of them. And also here, now you notice Rosio has dark around her lips, so we're going to also get rid of that in a moment, but I just wanted you to see that. Okay, so we put all the dark here on the T-zone, and on the chin, and on the forehead. We take the lighter color, we're going to put it right down here. Not everywhere, but right here. It's going to give her some great little cheekbones.
Okay.
It's going to give her dimension and contouring. Here's the dark again still. So, okay, you see that? There's dark, and there's light right here. And Now we're going to go...
It's kind of counterintuitive.
Totally. Yep, totally opposite. Oh, I should probably just show you a mirror for a moment just to see what you look like. Just to really freak you out. Here you go. Here's a little mirror.
There you go.
Just pick up
You're
for a
ready to
sec.
go out. Isn't that awesome?
She's like, okay, that's enough.
There you go. Yeah.
And we're going to take the dark again. Yes. And we're going to mix the two now. And we're going to put that down here. Sometimes you could just leave the light. Sometimes you have to put the dark. And sometimes you could just mix the two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then here we're going to do with the salmon concealer in a moment. Now, yes. So if your sponge is too dry, because by the time we do the eyes, the sponge dries up, just put some more water. And all of our products are compatible with water, so you can make it. By the way, all of these foundations and concealers, they're all the exact same texture. It's not like the concealer is thicker or more opaque. It's not. These are all foundations/concealers. The amount of water you put on the sponge is how sheer or full coverage you're going to have it. And you can have it be totally full coverage. They're highly pigmented. Or you can have it be really sheer by simply wetting your sponge. And we didn't do the under eye concealer yet because we're going to save that. Oh, look at that. We got a little black mascara.
Okay, you can show everybody how to do
Yes,
that.
because half of what we do is troubleshooting, not to be scared. Take prime moisturizer and clean it up.
Fix it up.
Boom, because everything is compatible, so you'll just fix everything up. So we just blend everything into the skin, but you see how nice and flawless her face is looking? And now we're going to get rid of all the dark little areas. Here, I'll let you look at this in the mirror, because actually you should see this. Take that. Okay, salmon concealer. This is the tan salmon concealer, but I'm also going to take a little bit of the dark salmon concealer because I'm going to show you how the dark, this is the dark right here. Look at what a dark little color this is. I'm going to show you how to make all the little blues go away. And you can use a concealer brush, little thin concealer brush. I'm going to first take the tan and I'm going to put that right under her eyes. Look up, one sec. One sec, look up. Now she doesn't want to. She's like, it's not about you guys, it's about me. And I'm going to.
This is my moment.
Yes. Now, you also have a lot of blue areas by the nose, so don't forget to always make sure that you get that area. Now, the way our products work, and different companies might have different things, is if you're a light foundation, you're probably a light/medium concealer. If you're a medium foundation, you're a medium/tan concealer, and so on. Okay, so that was the tan concealer. Now, I'm going to take the same tan and put it right here also. Okay, now I want you to see what this is going to do. Go ahead. Can you see the difference between the one side and the other?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to take the dark, which is a darker color. I'm going to just to show you what happens, because the tan is fine, but now I want you to see. Look at this dark color. I'm going to put that over here, just where the blue's going to come out more. And I'm going to just put a tiny dot of it, because it, can you see that? Now again, I have no mirror in front of me. I'm going purely off a theory that I know it should work. The same thing, I'm going to take the dark and put it right here. Now look at what a crazy color that is, but anywhere that she has the blue coming out, and this is especially true in, you know, many women of color, and again, all shades of color. You could be Indian, you can be, you know, from Jamaica. Jamaica. But but a lot of Indian women, for instance, have darkness here. And where are you from? What is your?
My parents are from Jalisco.
Okay.
Oh.
But do you see the difference between the two sides? Now, most people, to get rid of that, would try to put yellow. But when you put yellow in light colors, that's what's going to happen. It's going to become like gray. The same thing is true for a man's facial hair. To get rid of the facial hair, don't put yellow. Put the same salmon concealer. It'll get rid of that and not turn it gray. Yeah, you see the difference, right?
Yes.
So the same thing. We're going to take a little bit of the tan down here under your eyes. Look up. A little bit here and a little bit here. And then we're going to add a little bit more of the dark there and here. And basically it just, and for those of us that sometimes get the hair removed from our upper lip, sometimes it turns like a weird color. The salmon concealer will get rid of that weird color. And it also helps clean up this line, so if you want to make it more, you know, going into a particular direction, you can. So we totally got rid of that. And if you're a makeup artist that does not like to waste your products, you can also take the salmon concealer and put it on the cheeks. Smile. It just gives you a little base of color.
Okay.
Just, just giving you little options of things to do. If people have those dark spots, those dark sunspots around their faces, don't use lighter colors. Also use darker. Go with like a darker type of a salmon concealer coloring. All right.
Like the color salmon-based concealers.
Yes. It has a blue neutralizer, so it will neutralize the blue and it'll neutralize the dark colors rather than sort of like bringing them out. Because if you put like a highlighter, a lot of them will have like a pinkish, and it'll make it like glow in the dark.
And that's a problem too when we apply yellow concealer to those blue darkening. You see that kind of greenish tint, and it's because when you mix blue and yellow, you create green.
Yes.
So,
it is basic color theory.
yes, very important. Now you're setting this with...
Now I'm setting it with our dual press powder.
Okay.
And by the way, you can also, if you're not in a mood to use cream foundations, you can use like a dual press powder for everything, for your foundation, by simply wetting a brush. I'll show you how to do that quickly. Actually, I'm going to show it on you in a moment. I'm going to put a little, let me put a little foundation on you. Yes, you are going to be mattified. Yes. And we're going to take a little bit of this powder and also go right underneath the brow bone just to smooth this out.
That blends all that.
Yeah, it blends everything together. And we're going to do a little black liner. Yes, it just, I'm not a big fan of using the shiny things underneath the brow bone because I just think there's already a lot of shine there.
Like
Whatever. Some people, look up.
Lisa.
Take it outside, the two of you. No, sometimes, on some people, like I have oily skin, so I'm very conscious and sensitive of things being more shiny than they need to be, so I try to prevent that. And working in television, all the lights are above, so anything that's like shiny is gonna like bounce back. So I try to avoid. And now, don't be scared to do liner. That's gonna happen too. See, I made a little mistake over there. Mm-hmm. That's how the whole smoky eye starts out, is by someone making a mistake. And you're like, "Whoops, how did I do that?" So I just go with it. But I'm going to show you how to smooth it out. So the same thing on the other side. You could put your finger here gently. Mm-hmm. People are very afraid to touch other people because they're like, oh my God. If you finger puff here, yep. Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid to go all the way around the eye. Like, okay, so that happens, don't worry. Half of what we do is troubleshoot. This is a little mini definer brush. We're going to go back to the same one palette we've been using. And I'm going to go into these little colors. Look up. And, that was really looking up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put that right underneath. It's going to smooth that out.
That cleans the edges too.
Yeah, and cleans the little edges. We can do this with this, or take your sponge.
Wow.
That's it, just look straight ahead. Now, another great little trick is go back into your little water with the same brush and go into the blue and the green. And just look a little bit up. And if you go right underneath it, you can actually create the smoky effect with the blues and the greens.
And it complements the upper.
Yes. Well. And this way you have something else going on. A little blue, a little green. Let's say you went too far. You're like, oh my God, I overdid the blue and the green. So go back to your salmon concealer and clean it up.
That's like that.
It's your little eraser. Yeah.
When you made a mess, clean it up.
Just clean it up with just go over it. Okay, we're going to use a little lip. Mm-hmm. This is a Cosmo pencil. We're going to do a little Cosmo.
Now, why do some of us use a pencil first? And, is that like a choice?
You know what? It's a choice. You don't have to. Like sometimes if someone's lips are very dry, I'll put the lipstick on them first and then go over it with the pencil because it'll be a little smoother. But sometimes I like to do just to go out because it helps me take a look at the lips and see what I have to work on. It's like a trick of, let me figure out what's going on with your lips and what I have to do with them. Like if her lips were uneven, but her lips are not. But let's say they were uneven and I wanted to bring them out more. I would take the same little foundation colors I just used and I would go right underneath here.
Oh, okay.
And sort of and this you can do when you've only had pencil on. It's harder to do when you have a whole lip gloss or lipstick going on. But see this sort of, gives a little bit more intensity to her lip shape. This is especially true if somebody's older and their lips are naturally going down. Try to do this so you pick up their lips. It'll make them look like they're smiling rather than like they're frowning.
So you correct the shape of the lips from the skin, not from the lips itself.
Exactly.
Cool.
See, so it's all those little tricks. Okay.
It makes sense too, because
Yeah.
it's easier to correct the skin than the lip.
Exactly.
When you color.
Absolutely. Do you like any particular color?
Like something like that or that.
Okay, so I'm going to give you our Enchanted, which is this one right here. You can tell it's one of my favorite colors. And by the way, our lip palettes, the back of them, they have all the names of the lipsticks because every color in here is actually a lipstick color. So when you finish all of your Enchanted, you can just buy the lipstick color and refill it. Or better still, when you're working on a client and they love the one color, you say, oh, I have it right here for you to purchase, so that you don't, you actually make them buy it.
Touching.
Yeah, because most of us, like every makeup artist has like 2 or 3 or 4 colors that we use all the time, and like the whole lip palette can be the same, and like 3 colors are missing. So why not use those colors and also sell it to the people that love the colors? Remember, you're a walking business.
That's right.
Don't give it away.
Especially like eyeliners and stuff. I usually like, it's just like, wow, that doesn't smudge or that doesn't run or anything. It's like, oh, I have an extra one in here for you.
Right.
Just buy it.
Right.
And you can add it to your service charge or something.
Exactly. Work with companies that will give you discounts. Like we have great discounts for resellers.
That's right. You have the program now.
We do have a great reseller program. We offer up to 65% off for resellers because we want to help other makeup artists increase their business. If you want to get brushes, for instance, if you're starting out and like Crown has great brushes, they can make for you. They can put your name on it.
And this is what these shows are for.
Yes. There, you have a little, and I like to put a little gloss because, you can't just finish with one little thing. So, I gotta have a Pearlicious gloss with a little climax on you. You like pink or you like brown? I think pink, right? It's like, as I was gonna put that, I was like, no, I think she's a pink girl. This is our little striptease gloss, and it's great for putting on after you've just had a meal, you're on a date, and you want to have delicious tasting breath, even though you just had that garlic chicken or that pizza with pepperoni.
Like everyone last night at the party.
Yum.
We're all breathing what was it, or whatever the beef platter.
How does that taste? Yummy? See, you want someone to always say you're yummy.
This is like, it's not sticky, but if you have long hair,
It doesn't catch. Yes.
I hate that with like, sticky lip glosses and stuff, especially if you have long hair.
Yeah. Blowing in the wind. You don't want to be sticky lip glossing away. Okay, and then this is our little mini fan brush. Boom. And that's done, and that's done. And there's the eyes. It's always nice to have a mirror. So let's see, let me look straight. But it kind of masks a little bit, so... Oh, hello, blush.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Fan brush. This is my favorite brush ever because you don't overdo with the blush, because most of us spend so much time taking the blush color off of our cheeks when we use those big thick brushes. So I like using a fan brush. And the reason I started using this brush is because when we had this blush, I wanted to do 3 colors because I'm always mixing a little peach, a little pink, a little bit of bronzer, because I don't want to choose. I don't want to ask you what you're wearing. I don't care what you're wearing. You might change your mind and wear something else later. So by using 3 different colors, 2 are matte, and this is a bronzer, and you can also use all these on the eyes as eyeshadows, and a thin fan brush, not a big thick one that gets too much product. You just go over all 3 colors, okay? And you just go right over the cheek area. It's highly pigmented, okay? If you're not sure where to do that, smile. Smile, don't be scared. And you put it right over the apple.
That nice soft focus.
Exactly.
Without the edges.
Very well put.
Yeah.
Put a little bit extra right here as a little cheek. And I want you to notice, I didn't put it down in the middle of her face. I put it up a little higher. And you can also take this close and always use it as eyeshadow too. Like on days that you don't have time, just put this on your cheeks and on your eyes and you're good to go. On days that we don't have time to do the whole Megillah.
McGillicuddy.
That's right.
That's right.
And if you still put too much, you feel, take your sponge and just rub the edges.
That's another cool trick.
Yes, and if it does turn any kind of like an ashy color or anything on your face, take the blush and just do the edges of your face.
What do we say about bronzing?
Bronzing, you want to look like you've been kissed by the sun, not attacked by the sun. So yeah, because a lot of people, they take like their bronzer and like the thickest brush they could find, and they're like, ooh, I don't want to put makeup, just put a little bronzer. And they look like the sun just attacked them, or they like, mud wrestled with them. So once again, you know who you are. Okay. Basically, what's the matter? Powder? Oh. Should I powder her? Is that what you're trying to say? I always have to try to figure out. You could say it out loud. Shout it out loud. You could powder. You can make sure everything is done. I can't see anything because remember, I'm a blind makeup artist without a mirror in front of me. But this is how Rosio looks. And ta-da! Yeah? Oh, here's a mirror for you. You can see the whole attitude. All right, come on back now. Come on back here. But the whole attitude, but do you see what happens to women? This is why, come on over here. So by the way, now Rosio, you've been C5. And this is what we used to do for fun because it really made us feel great about women. And really, just having a woman feel good is, I can't tell you how great that is from in here. And Koren, I know this is what you do. All of his videos, I hope you guys have a chance to see him. I mean, it's just to help us all. Everything from how to fix your eyeshadow that broke, how to put it back together, to how to clean your things and how to maintain your things, to just making women look good. If you can just make women look good, we will feel good. And if you use products that are actually good for us, I mean, how great is that? So all of us really are out there. I mean, they're doing, Koren and Elisa and Purse Buzz, they're going on a whole tour educating around the country. I hope you guys could check them out. How can they find that, by the way? How can they?
We have a tour website. It's outofthebeautybox.com.
Outofthebeautybox.com. And we'll have information about them on our website as well, on evepearl.com. I just love everything that you guys stand for, how much help that you do. And, we're all... Yeah, oh, thank you. But we're all very accessible, artists and educators and just like people out there doing the right thing. How do you feel, by the way? Hold on.
Good.
Yeah, how does everything feel on your face?
Feels nice.
Okay. Touch your face. Yeah, don't be
scared. See? Does it feel sticky?
No, it doesn't feel sticky. It feels nice.
Yeah. And now what happens when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, look at me. What is it that we all, what goes in, is it like part of your character that like...
I always love doing my hair.
Yeah.
I'm a makeup, so my hair has to go with my makeup. So that's why I was like...
So you feel hotter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you feel like a little bit more fun and adventurous when you're wearing something like...
Yes, when I wear makeup, I feel like the most amazing person in the world.
And you feel good, right?
Yeah, and I feel good. When I don't, I just like, oh.
Yeah.
Right. It really does change the way we feel about ourselves. So we have an incredible gift in our hands. We really help people so much, I feel. So anything you want to add, Koren?
And that's it. I feel good too. Oh my God. And again, ePearl is just like us, touring around the world, educating. Her background's educating as well. So definitely follow her. She has a YouTube channel as well where she teaches so many different tricks. I mean, to date, I'm still learning from watching her videos. Yeah. So definitely check that. And your YouTube channel is...
Yeah, it's ePearl/YouTube. Oh, by the way, before I go, I got to put... So thank you very much. Thank you guys. Please check us out. Come out.
Or anything, Eve is going to be available at her booth all day. Do you have any more classes?
Nope. This is it. This is our thing, and catch us on our websites.
On YouTube channel.
Yes, and on Twitter.
And on her website.
We're basically all over the place. But thank you guys for coming and taking the time to.